right. Hello, hello. All right. Looks like you can hear me. It's always such a strange thing, right? It looks like you can hear me. um. Yeah. Good. Thank you. No, it's just, but the four kids, it's craziness. School starts tomorrow, or I guess Jen has her stuff tomorrow, and then I guess no, I guess yeah. Asher starts tomorrow, or Jen starts tomorrow, and then Reese starts on Wednesday. So all kinds of craziness. May or may not be on tomorrow morning. It's going to depend on the the final dice roll. We're everybody's meeting tonight to figure out who's picking up who and when and how, and yeah, it's going to be a day of chaos. Um, all right, so as you can see right now, today bank holiday in the UK, right? Again, it says zero impact, but I don't know. I feel like that should say more. I feel like impact is not just volatility; it should be both, right? Obviously, things are very, very blunted. 5, 2, 22, 5, 7, 13, 14, 21. I mean, there's a battle right now with the yen, right? Who's going to be worse? So, really, absolutely zero movement today. And again, anytime one of the big, nations has a bank holiday, you tend to get less volume out there. Now, right now, we don't have a lot because obviously there was no UK influence whatsoever. It was Sunday night. We should start getting a little bit more influence now that the US market is back online. Um, so that will help a little bit. Sorry. So we should start getting some movement out there. But again, a lot of it is not necessarily, yeah, it is what it is. It's kind of like a Sunday night night. Right now, you can see VIX. VIX is down about 8%. Um, Again, we had lots of craziness. It's funny. It's right here, but it's like, oh, but you close right there. But yet it is red. Um, Obviously, with lack of news weekend, you always see a little bit of a gap up and then again a pullback right now. Everything is in the green right now. And again, with no real news today, I don't think it's necessarily the worst day to be green. I do think, and again, going back to news, nothing today, but tomorrow, this is very interesting. Jolts actually expected to increase. Remember what Powell said last week? And again, I've seen the Powell story um, analyzed like 27 different ways. Um, they mentioned the labor market, right? Well, we have consumer confidence kind of holding flat. S&P, I'm not really concerned about that. But the JOLTS data, right? Again, job openings were driving inflation as well. And they said, if there's, more runaway, if the JOLTS data is higher, say we break 10 on this one, I mean, it's expected to go up from where it was before. That's the kind of stuff that Powell was talking about, right? So, yeah, um, just something to be kind of watch out for, right? Um, yeah, Egyptsies, the cash and fake gold that no one is claiming. Gotta love cash and fake gold. Um, but anyway, this JOLTS data tomorrow morning at 10 is kind of what Powell mentioned last week. So we'll see how that one comes out. Well, everything going up today would make sense for it to kind of crash tomorrow with those job openings, meaning that, again, things are going to get a little bit crazier and get worse. All right. So there's the VIX. Dollar basically flat. We were calling for this one to kind of retrace a little bit. It did come up and it went about halfway. And then again, 104 became kind of that power area. But it's still exactly, I mean, if I extend the yellow cross, we're still sitting right in that area. So again, we did not get the drop all the way back down. We did get a spike. It did come to here and then spike all the way down. So we knew we had the spike down and then we cleared and we're just kind of maintaining. Not really much direction right now. As I said, all the indices in the red. Commodities, for the most part, commodities are kind of where we expected. Oil, it's over 80, right? I was really hoping we could start the week at that, I don't know. Maybe this is the high of the week, right? But it is up 1% already this morning, and the U.S. trader hasn't even gotten online yet. Natural gas up 4.5%. It's like, oh, really? Really? We're doing so good, right? We're into the 240s, and now we're back at 265. It's like, really? Really? Gold back down to 1916. It's up just a smidge, barely. And then silver down just a smidge. Hold low 24.18s. Again, I think the news tomorrow could be a big sell in silver, especially if it is considering, it's going to go higher. As far as the currencies go, Aussie dollar. You can see we talked about we're kind of talking about where this news was. We drove back down to that level. We're kind of close here on Friday, and then we drove all the way down, and you can see what happened. Right, we grabbed the 64, the 73.79, and we talked about this then. Literally, kind of bounced right off of it. It came down, grabbed it at 10:30, and then took off, and it was much much higher. We didn't know which one it was going to be at, but we ended up getting. Well, here, I mean, you can see there's where the bottom was. There's where the push was. It came right back up. So, we can remove these for this week just to kind of establish the new areas. Um, again, really, we're kind of flat on this one. All right, so we know we got seller or buyers here. We kind of got another piece up top. Let's run some fibs top to bottom on this one just to kind of see. Yeah, I would say probably the next level sitting right there. Actually, we're gonna bring it right up to the 61. We'll change that into red. It's gonna be the next one right there. Oops. It's like, where did they go? Um, Sitting right about 64, 47 and a half. Again, confirm level. And again, if it goes back down again, it blows us up. But if this continues to rally, it's probably going to have a little bit of an issue with this 50. It's been here a few times. Original piece here, touch, touch, touch. So we're kind of pushing through, but that's the next level of confirmed sellers. Not a very big level. You're talking about 11 pips. So 11 pips, kind of good with that one. All right. Aussie yen. So Aussie yen. We didn't get the big spike we were looking for, unfortunately. It did do the slow grind all the way up, but we really wanted to go up and then kind of smash right back down again. You can see there was a late Sunday night we were hitting this level here, and we knew we had all kinds of drama in here, right? We knew we had 3 touches here on a level, and we were like, there's kind of 2. And then when it started chopping, it's like, it went up and it grabbed. It actually missed the 50 by a little bit, but we knew we were going to have a reversal in there. So let's bring this down. You can see it grabbed this level. It was here. I'll do it just so it's easy. See how that chop right in there? There's your test. There's your 50. Once it came down, that's exactly what it ran into. So right now, let's pull it here. Hmm. I'd be a little. It's a double touch in there though. Hmm. You know, watch this level. There could be a reversal coming out of this thing right around 10:30. I don't. It's not my favorite level. Again, kind of 2 touches here, confirmation here, hit it again, went pretty deep, and then touched it again. So it is not a fresh level. It's been here more than a few times. Um, but I think it could be a reverse. There's a clear on the other side too. You know what? Let's run it this way. I don't know when it's going to break, but when it does break, it's only 9 pips in that direction. I'm good with that one. That puts us right to the 61.8, so that makes a lot of sense. So somewhere in here, I don't know when it's going to be. When it comes up bases, again, look for a Harry Potter confirmation through. Look for a push up, come back down again, push like that. Okay. Um, okay. Something along those lines. And we should have a clear run up. We know we don't really have a whole lot. Maybe a little bit of a test lower than that. So yeah, trying to bring us back higher. Okay. Euro dollar. All right. So euro dollar. So, um, we're looking for a base and punch higher. This one didn't give it to us. This one didn't give it to us. This one didn't give it to us, which would actually bring this back down to here. And it looks like we missed it, right? It looks like there would have been your bottom, and we missed the bottom. So, yeah, it looks like we never got a trade entry on this one. Let's adjust it. And the problem with this one is it's barely moving. It's just trending sideways. Um, Technically, it blew it out right there. Yeah, unfortunately, this one's just too sideways right now. Again, no trend sideways. We're up to 13 right now, so we're rolling now. Now we're rolling. Not really. We're kind of sitting in that no man's land. Again, we got to kind of clear through the junk up top, clear through the Sunday night stuff here. I don't think there's even no, there's not enough room. There's not even enough room on the bottom side. See if there was a no. So yeah, so basically on this one, again, the 108.41 range, it slowed it down here. There's probably some buyers in here or some sellers in here, but again, do we want to take a trade off of it? I like to see if we could get it near something like this, right? If we can have it come up to here for jolts, then yeah, it's a great short. Um, we'll see tomorrow if we're sitting at that level. Vice versa, if it goes down again, because the bottom is exactly the same. I don't think there's many. Um, you know, I don't think like there's gonna. I don't feel like there's enough buyers down here as far as the way this is formed for us to really take this one long. So it's all right. Um, Euro pound. All right, so Euro pound. Talked about this one flatlining, and yeah, flatline, 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 flatline. Kind of came up looking for 8601, right? 8601, and it came up to 85.99. So missed it by 2 pips. Um, yeah, it was there. We were looking for that spot right at the 61.8. Got front run a little bit. Is now pulling right back down again. Here's the channel. You guys are interested, and we're in the channel. Unfortunately, today there's only 2 hours left of European influence. There's obviously no UK influence whatsoever. So right now we're still waiting for the same trade. Here's where the Sunday happened. Um, got a lot of room to run. There's a few little trades in here. Again, if we push up, great. This one probably flatlines from now till tomorrow. It'll start moving again at 3, like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, probably Eastern. Sorry. All right. All right. Euro yen. All right. So you can see on Friday we had this little kind of quick push in, and it came right back down and found some basing in there. And then just once we hit noon, again, it kind of expired on this one. You took your stuff out of it; it wasn't going anywhere. We had a level up here that we liked a little bit better, and you can see it hit it. And again, technically the zone was here. There was one touch. There's another touch, and then look at this. Pushed in, pushed in, pushed in. It's like, oh yeah, it's not going anywhere. And it broke through the top. So we're stuck there right now. Again, this is European influence. At this point, I think the next area with any sellers in there would be sitting up at this level. We can remove this one. Again, once it started to bounce off of it, form a base, and then it did it again, you're like, yeah, it's not doing anything. It ran out of time. Sunday, Monday with nothing really going on. Not the best time for this. So again, remove it. Again, this is one of those ones that weren't holding it over the weekend. And yeah, the weekend kind of took it out for us. So yeah. Right now, same thing. Not a lot of movement. I mean, euro yen right now. I mean, pound yen's only here. So um, I'd say I'm probably a bit more bearish in this one. With the European currency a little bit high, but we'll see what happens when the other market rolls back in tomorrow. But again, no trending, kind of lower highs. Again, a little bit. I mean, you can see here. Look, if you took kind of this piece on the bottom, we broke it, but we broke it by going sideways, not really kind of channeling any different. Like the trajectory change. It's kind of like there, right? And then all of a sudden it goes there. There's your one touch, one touch, one touch. So yeah, so I think we're probably close to the rollover point. Ideally, I think the 158.68 is kind of where we're still looking for. There's nothing in here. Is there a new top in here? Maybe, but there's only 2 hours left in the European influence. And really, the European market is more based off the UK. So if you look to see where the big European markets are, they're kind of already closing. So yeah, so this one should run out of steam, and it's just going to be a yen play again. Boring Monday, right? Here we go. All right, so news wise, on Friday, we already talked about this one. It was kind of sitting right in here, and it kind of bounced back and forth, and it really didn't do much. We were looking for it to kind of surge through, and it's kind of looks very much like the other one we just drew, right? Here's where we were basing, and then you can see, look, here's the base right there, right? And then we came through and base, 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 base. We popped up just a little bit again, kind of where the sellers were from here. And then we came back down again, and we're finding base, 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 base. So right now, this market is not open. Again, we'll see a little bit of influence on it. It really has not a lot of movement, not a lot of trajectory right now. We can make a small adjustment here. We can actually push this down a little bit to there. And I would say right now, if anything, again, we're on the bottom side of the curve. Kind of like to see. Right now, I don't have a trade setup because, again, this is not really a great zone, and there's nothing really up top. We'll leave those two for right now. This alert's already triggered and the trade's out, but I kind of want to know. I'm going to adjust this just so I can have it set. There we go. Let's see when we get up top again. Yeah, so what I'm most interested right now with this pair, again, there's not really much setup out of these two. Obviously, there's the 10 o'clock. And I want to see what happens from there to there. Okay. So between these two lines, this is where. Okay. Right there, that's when the European market opens for the first of the week. Well, the UK market, right? I would like to see where they drive the pound before the news comes out. I'm kind of looking. Ideally, I would like this one to go up during this time. And then obviously, if the jolts data coming in, driving us right back down again. So again, dollar weakness from the European Open in, and then obviously a push back to the downside. It's kind of what I'm looking for. I don't know where it's going to close. Like I said, some sellers, some buyers, not really a lot of movement. Again, 24 hours talking about 13 pips. So half a pip an hour, right? Half a pip an hour. Just not moving enough. And you can see the initial surge from the U.S. market, nothing, right? Nothing. Pound yen. All right, so pound yen, we had the craziness with the news, right? We had a lot of basing below, so we knew that this one was probably not going to work. And again, we talked about that on Friday. So right now, we're still waiting. Looks like we got a little bit of a sell coming in up top. We do have an alert up here at 84.92, right? We're pretty close to it right now. About another 40 pips. I think this one's pretty decent. I'm okay with this one. And we'll see how well the pound does with it. It is a very big, strong drop, basing sideways and strong push off. We got front run on them before, so we know there's some sellers in there. We have an alert set, so it's not just a limit order entry. But it is I like the base. That green candle is a perfectly shaped candle for a base. Very strong push in, little hiccup again. Impulse correction, very strong impulse out again. So, and the fact that it just happens to line up and it's backstopped by a 50% retracement level, I'm good with that too. So we're still waiting for that one right now. Again, 40 pips to go. This one has a 48 pip 4-hour ATR. Obviously, late in the day, UK is not open. This is purely a yen play right now. So we'll see if we can get a little bit more help with it. Dollar CAD. So dollar CAD heading down, right? Probably because of the oil contagion. But I'll bring this line across. You can see, look, all the basing, all the basing, all the basing, all the basing, all the basing. So the one good thing about this one, again, we can run this right back up, which kind of makes sense for down here. We do have a red, green, red with a confirmation up top. So I do actually kind of like that level right there. I think that could be probably pretty decent. Again, you can see that it kind of pulled back and it found the sellers here and is pushing back again. But I think that's that would be a good one to kind of note going forward, right? Excuse me. For a potential short, 136.23. Um, it would have been better if it had pushed up again, but it didn't get close enough for this morning. Okay. But going forward, I think it's good. Right now, target wise as well to the downside. I think if you are short this one, you're in a decent spot, but I think be careful of this 23. The level sitting right over here, this 135.20, is going to be an area that we need to watch out for. Okay. Um, Sorry, I need to get that one out. So yeah, right now, if you are short this one, again, it was kind of a guess entry in there. I think it pushes down. I think 135.20 is a decent level for reversals, as well as being the 23. But right now, the dollar cat has not been my favorite pair currently. Too many forces are bouncing that one back and forth. Dollar Swiss. Okay, so dollar Swiss. This one had the big hit on Friday, and we were obviously out. You can see the craziness in the news on that one. Again, it went to full profit by tagging this one at 3:30, and really by news time, it was already out. We were looking for targets to coming down at least to the 50, coming down here to 88.08. It looks like Monday morning at 3. This one started to kind of go to the top side, kind of that Swiss weakness. Now, it is in an area right now where there is selling happening, but unfortunately, right now, um, I mean, you could draw this zone here. Um, Kind of there. And that's kind of where we're at right now. But honestly, it's not the best of levels. If anything, it would be a level on top of a level. We can adjust this one slightly higher. Um, I think that's a better spot. Right now, for us to run up to that level, it's going to take about another 23 pips, which is a 4 hour ATR. Um, we have time on it. Is it a great reversal? Not really. I'd kind of like to see what the market looks and thinks about this one until we kind of move up. Um, Again, if we push the 40 pips from now till tomorrow morning, there could be a decent short in here if that data is not good. Um, I feel like the way the data is set up and the fact that Powell's already said, if employment gets crazy or if we don't get any help from employment or the labor market, I feel like he was trying to tell us something. I feel like it's set for more of a dollar strength type move. But again, it's expected to be good. If this rallies up and it comes in disappointing, this could be a very, very big short. And this is a level that I don't think is horrible to take a short off of. But right now, are we in an area or do we have an area that we can, really take a short off of in the next couple hours? I don't think so. I think if it rallies up, sure, potentially, I guess maybe at like 2 o'clock, it could roll back down again. Um, the hard part and I think the best way to look at this one is here's the 3 o'clock candle, right? There's the 3 o'clock candle. It's done nothing really but go straight up, and not nothing, right? Impulse, correction, impulse, correction, impulse. So if we continue to grind back up again, there will be profit taking. It is a small zone here. I mean, this zone's only about 9 pips, so it's not a very big zone. And all it would be doing is pushing it back down again, and that could be maybe it's a 2 or 3 o'clock, and then we push down in preparation for the news for tomorrow for a big surge. That absolutely could come in. I just feel that there's extra volatility in tomorrow's number because um because Powell mentioned labor, right? He mentioned the labor market. And that's the first labor data and it's expected to go higher than it was before. So, yeah, I feel like there's something a little weird, right? I feel like he. Um oh man, I hate when it does this. Oh, there we go. Sorry. Little fingers hit the I don't know if you guys know this or not. Like, so there's all types of like hotkeys, right? that, like people never use, never even know about. And there's one to take your browser, like your like Chrome. I use Chrome. That takes your browser full screen and all the tabs disappear. And I don't know what it is, but it's like, yeah, the little fingers just tag it, and like I lose all the tabs and I can't go anywhere. I'm like, oh god. Um, all right. Whoops. Oh crap. I lost the chat again. Okay, there we go. Woo! I was nervous. I was like, I lost the chat again. Um. Anyway, so yeah, it's a level that there could be a potential reversal off of later on today, maybe like at 2 o'clock around 88.69, 88.70, somewhere around there, 68. If we need a confirmation with it, it works. But overall, I think right now we're kind of in a holding pattern. Dollar yen. Dollar yen doing nothing. Even though the dollar market is open, look, we came up, we hit it, we pulled back again, and we're just literally it's just stuck inside of this area. We know that we've had selling in there in the past. There's nothing really. I mean, we had the deep push in here. We knew that. Here was the news, right? The Friday news skyrocketed and actually broke through the high and then immediately retreated, then came up, failed to go higher, and then kind of failed again, and then eventually broke through this morning. So, as far as the zone goes, we know there's a zone there. Is there anything holding it? Not really, right? If we go back, right, on a 4 hour basis, and again, this, right? We're just using that, right? You can see this is what we're playing with, right? A ledge here, a ledge here, a ledge here, a ledge here, a ledge here. There's a couple different ledges. I mean, I could take this one here on the 4 hour and say, you know, there's your area, and there's a small one there. Right, and that's what we're bouncing off of right now. So we'll remove it. We know it's a bigger time frame. No, I do not. All right, so big question is, can it go higher? Sure, absolutely can. Is it grinding into sellers? It is. It is grinding into sellers. If anything, on a purely technical basis, I would say this is more up inside of a short territory. Um, is it the best of levels? No, no. I mean, it is a 4 hour level, so we are more feeling the short. But right now, I mean, I don't love it. It's okay. I'm like, yeah, it's all right. Right? It's okay. So yeah, short feeling. Not interested in taking it. Yeah, it's 30 pips because it's off a 4 hour level. So if we can get a decent top put in here, right? If we can get a decent, like, I mean, something like that, then I think that gives us an option to sell. But right now, I don't have nothing. I don't have anything at all. I just think it continues to push and go higher. And again, Monday, no news. We need some news. We'll see what it does. Hopefully, from now till tomorrow morning, it puts some type of a top in, and we'll be able to take it from there. Let's go over to the oil. Look at this. U.S. market skyrocketed. Yeah, so it looks like 80.84 is where we're looking for shorts. Actually, it did hit. Okay, so 80.87 is, yeah. So we were calling about the front run of this level behind. So yeah, it looks like we did get in this one. So we're kind of there, right? We're looking for a base. Hopefully that's the base. Hopefully, this is what it looks like. We're not quite there yet, but I think we could be soon. And again, it's basically a parabolic move up, finding a base. We talked about 80.84 last week. It hit 80.87 right now. It's back down to 80.68. It's a 7.86, and we knew that that was going to be a big deal for. And it's funny, if I put it on the 7.86, the 7.86 is at 88.87, right? That's where the 7.86 is, and 80.87 is the spot. So, um, so many moving pieces. So I think oil's probably in a short right now after the initial surge. Again, no you get influence. Probably do for a little bit of a pullback. I'd like to see confirmation. I'd like to see a red. I'd like to see a pullback with a green that doesn't go as high, and then when that red breaks through, again, pull the trigger on the short on that one. So, yeah, we can remove this now. We've chopped through it plenty of times. For a push back down to Natural gas. All right, so natural gas took a big jump, right? Um, here you go. As hot weather boosts demand, we knew that the weather thing was going to come back. I don't think this one will have the same legs that it had before. Um, Weather's one of those things where you could say it with back to school. We're getting ready to be like, you know, September's in a couple days, right? As soon as you mention September, it's like, oh, it's fall. It's hot. I think this one comes back down. I don't think this one's gonna have the same legs. Again, we talked about the two different levels. We actually gapped up into this one here, which was not great. We mentioned the 61.8, and look, you can see it came right up to the 61.8 and actually touched the 60. Look at this here, right there, right on the 61.8, and you can see that's exactly what it came up to. So, um, I'd say overall, more bearish thinking on this one. I think this one rolls back down again. I think important levels to look for profit wise would be here, right? Which would be 255. It's not a bad runner to the downside. I would say profit there, and then probably profit down here inside of the short, right? I would say that that's what we're looking for. I would say it's not going to be that fast, but it's probably going to be like over here. Okay. All right. So we just hit it. There's not much I can do with that one. Gold. Gold. We drew the channel. We're still stuck in the same channel. Kind of like, what are you going to do from here? Right? Oops. Glad I can spell sometimes. I I think gold. I think we can play gold for tomorrow. I think with the UK market closed, I think this one runs out of steam pretty soon. I think tomorrow, I think 3 o'clock is when the UK traders will step in, and then 10 o'clock. I think what happens from here to here will really matter. Again, right now we haven't gotten back up and tested these people. The seller's up at 1921. There are sellers in there. We know, right? We know that this is an area of selling right there, right? And that's what we're getting close to. Can we change this and move this? I feel like no. Um, I don't think I'm willing to sell off that one, but if we're over here for the UK session, I think there could be a sell off of it. Yeah, 1903 came down to 1903, so that one got hit. That's out. Let's remove that just so it's not as confusing. Let's pull this off. Let's pull this up top. Let's actually run. I'm just gonna leave that there just so we can have the visual of 50. I think that probably is where. I hear the boys, and I hear Kip, and I think the boys are not paying attention to Kip. Oh, maybe that's Jin. I was like, I hear footsteps. All right. So yeah, potential for a short there. Whoops. 1921.10. I actually do like this level too. I'm gonna mark that one off just in case we're able to rally up to there. So those are our next two. And again, just so you guys can see for the gold one, it is a little bit above the 50. But the last time we were in here, it was a very, very quick spike into a base up here, in between the 60 and the 51.8. Sorry, the 50 and the 61.8. It's a level I've been looking for a little while. I think that's what we're looking for right now as far as shorts go. I do think that it's more of a gold. A gold. I do think it is more of a short for tomorrow than anything else. Um, just because I do think that again goes back to the same thing. Pal said, what Pal said was labor, and those labor numbers, they don't look bad, right? They don't look bad. Um, um, so yeah, I think both are shorts. Silver, not doing anything. We still got a Harry Potter here. We're still looking for a break at 23.96.5 down to 23.69. 24 is going to be a big deal. I'll extend this across. You can see we had a little overnight touch, a little overnight touch again. It's just going to keep chomping through this one. I do think silver is actually a short for tomorrow as well. I do like the way that silver is setting up, holding and maintaining high here. I'm just wondering. I really feel like I feel like because Pal said it, he's trying to warn everybody ahead of time. So yeah, I think it's coming, right? Um, yeah, I'd say look for a short somewhere in here. If we can get up to 24.45, I actually think that's a really decent short up top as well. Um, those are kind of my next two levels of shorts for this one for news. Let's go right down, bring this right down to 45. All right, there we go. All right, let's look at VIX. Yeah, there you go. Bam, down 19%. Look at that. So we talked about VIX coming back down again very quickly, and it did. And then boom, big gap down. Dollar, technically it's red, but it's not doing anything. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Super, super flat. Nothing else there. Um, let's look at the indices. They look like they're rallying pretty well. Yeah, 915. Yeah, 930. This is an old level. I don't care about it. I'll leave that there for right now. Pull this. Those are out. I don't need that anymore. Let's pull this. Let's see. This will be an easy low to high. Let's see where the 23 is. Yeah, there's nothing at the 23 right now. Ideally, what I would like to see this one do is get up to here. And if we could rally, if we could rally today, and then tomorrow, that would be good. And that would actually make sense because it would bring us back into here. That would be a decent run if we can get up there. Um, we have our impulse move up. Right now, as far as opening print goes, we were breaking through. There's nothing over here on the left-hand side. No overnight levels. As you can see, it just kind of continued to go higher, 9:15, 9:30. Ideally, I'd like it to get up to here. Again, this is more of a tomorrow thing. If we can get back up top, that would make a lot of sense. It would put this little hiccup at the 23, and then we'll put all this basing as well as the Friday to Sunday gap down here at the 50. So again, this is kind of forecasting to put other things in line. I do like that. I think that makes sense. But right now, we got some room to run as far as opening print goes. Nothing there. NQ, kind of the same thing. Look, chop, 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 chop. Let's run some fibs and see if it lines up as well. Not yet. Not there yet. So we're sitting right there. You can see it's using 15,000 as kind of like a fib level. But right now on the left hand side, you can see we basically have nothing. There's a small little zone right there. And I think that's a great little kind of like, hey, I know it's there. Um, but not necessarily a trade, right? So right now, again, there's no reason NQ doesn't go higher today in preparation for tomorrow. We'll see how much farther that one is able to move. YM, YM, same thing. Opening print, we're sitting in a racetrack. There's nothing we can do with that one. There is a peak up top again. We're high, but there's not a level there. Again, this is Monday morning. 9:30, big strong push up, and then again, it's rallying back down again into space. Again, I'm sure people are. I can't be the only one. I'm sure people are looking at what's happening with tomorrow, right? They're gonna look and see what happens with tomorrow. Ideally, I think this one ends up green on the day, but I don't think it's going to be breaking through. It's not going to close at highs. Right now, you can see from really the 15 mark. Everybody saw this big surge and then try to get long, and that's why it's pulling back again. It should stabilize and then start to push back to the top side as well. But as far as opening print goes, 9:15, it was pulling back a little bit and just held. There's nothing over there, no zones, nothing you can trade. Again, typical Monday. Same thing here. You can see the 9:15 is red. You're expecting the green, and then you got the big green. And all it did is it went right back up. I mean, we know we have basing right there. There's a touch, and that's what it ran into. So, again, if you're looking for something, it looks like there's a nice little short here in the Russell. If you are short, make sure you get your profit by the time you get down to here at 1867.5. Um, hold on. All right. Yeah, I think the short's in. Get your profit. Good to go. Overall, again, kind of a quick morning, but look, you see, we were up to like what 20 over here, 13 or something. 6 minus 2 again 21. It looks like the dollar yen is winning now because this was 22 but now it's 17. 0 2 17 again, super flat, super end of the month, everybody's starting school, everybody's busy, makes it again a little bit more difficult to be able to kind of trade some of these things. So yeah, that's it. Again, kind of a fast session today, but when the market is this dead and you have a bank holiday, there tends to be a whole lot less action out there. And so it is what it is, right? Right? Can't make movement if it's not there. So overall, that's what we got. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll do the drawing today. Get out of here a little bit early. I hear one kid, but then I hear another kid that is silent. So now I'm kind of like, what are we doing? Yeah, we'll see. I'll give this one to 6:30. I always like to give my 30 seconds on there, and then we'll close it down. Um, I need music. I do really need music. All right, 10 seconds to go. 10 seconds to go, baby. There you go, Mitch getting in the last second. Mitch stealing a strategy out of Ernest playbook. And there we go, 6:30. All right, winner of today's drawing is Neuro. Look at that, Neuro takes it with 2. Neuro taking a page out of Debbie's handbook. Debbie will buy that one extra one, right? Briggs was going for 3, and but you did the right thing, Briggs, by doing the 5 in there. But it looks like Neuro stopped your streak. Again, Neuro's got some crazy hacks that he's able to use. Can't find him in the system anywhere. It's kind of like the Matrix, right? He's like, Agent Neuro, right? We'll call him Agent Neuro, right? So, all right. With that, hopefully tomorrow morning we have a lot more movement again. 1 1 1. It just kills me. But again, last week of summer, a lot of kids are going back to school. A lot of people are busy. A lot of people not in the markets and a bank holiday. All those things are obviously a big factor. There's 1 or 2 little setups in here, and we'll see how they go. But we really need the UK market to go on. I think tomorrow morning, starting at 3, they'll be like, "Oh, we missed the trading day. Let's roll." And then again, this Jolt's job openings data, I'm telling you, Powell said, labor market. Here's how big the labor market, and it's increasing. Um, Again, I think this could be a boom or a bust tomorrow. So with that, good trading for everybody. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Thank you for joining me today, and I will see you then. Take care.